India is an adventurous paradise. You head out for a holiday, which quickly turns into a survival situation. A dream turns into a nightmare.
I'm thirsty, I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm lost.
Shelter, water, and food become a priority. A fire to keep you warm. But how? I'm Chandan Lahiri from OTA Survival School. I'll give you some tips and show you some tricks to use in a self-reliant situation. Do not think problems can only happen to other people. It can happen to you. In this modern, connected, electronic world, we all know what LAN stands for, right? Local Area Network. We all know that. We use it in our offices to connect our computers with. But here, in this pristine wilderness, there is no local area network. All we have is stark, beautiful landscape. So what does LAN stand for? In the wilderness, not local area network. LAN stands for local apparent noon. Simple. Local you understand. Noon you understand. 12 noon, that's when the sun is at the highest point. So what's so apparent about noon? It just is. Noon is noon. But it's not so apparent. So what time is noon? 12 o'clock, right? Yeah, sure. But the other thing about noon, why it is important, is at noon, at the location that you are at, the sun is at the highest point in the sky. As it moves from east to west through the day, at noon, it is at the highest point. And 12 o'clock is noon. And wherever we are in India, 12 o'clock is noon. But geographically speaking, India is about, 5,000 kilometers from left to right? If you go from the western tip of Gujarat to the eastern tip of Arunachal Pradesh, you got about 5,000 kilometers. And noon is 12 o'clock everywhere. Noon in Nepal, or in Bhutan, or in Bangladesh, is still 12 o'clock there. But 12 o'clock there is not 12 o'clock here in India. It is for convenience's sake that all of India, noon is at 12 o'clock and we follow the same time zone. So when you have to find your exact coordinate, your exact longitude, exact latitude, you need to find the exact time noon happens where you are at. And that's when the sun is at the highest position. Simple. And exactly at that point, when the sun is at the highest position in the sky, is your local apparent noon. Hence, apparent. Because noon, if you look at our local times, it'll be the same across the country. But if we use celestial navigation, it won't be 12 o'clock. It'll change depending on the location that you're standing at, wherever in the earth that you might be. Which is why it's local apparent noon. And using the sun, a stick, the shadow of the stick on the earth, and tracking that shadow, we'll get to know at what point the shadow of the stick is the shortest. And at the point that it's the shortest is when the sun is at the highest point. And at the point where it's shortest is our local apparent noon. You may not realize it, but knowing your latitude and longitude can effect a much quicker rescue in case you are lost in the middle of nowhere. If your cell phone is working, you can transmit your location to the search party. Instead of going around in circles, they can head straight for the location you provide. But remember, your GMT setting needs to be exact. The vertical stick you use needs to be straight and planted vertically, and your solar declination math needs to be accurate. And remember, it can happen to you. Learn to adapt, improvise, innovate, and overcome. To learn more tips and tricks, visit this site. I'm Chandan Lahiri, and I hope to see you soon at the OTA Survival School. Leave nothing but footprints. Bring back nothing but memories.